Hello. Today, we're back brewing a beer for the first time in a very long time. On my list for a while was like a porter. Had a couple of like Englishy kind of style porters. Done an American porter like a while back, but I found this recipe on the Homebrew Fanatics Instagram page. It's for a chocolate raspberry porter. And one of the reasons I wanted to do this was they add chocolate like in the boil, and I kind of want to see how that goes, because like I've had success putting cacao nibs in, like in secondary, and I'm just wondering how much of this chocolate's going to stay, how much is going to ferment out. Also, Homebrew Fanatics do some killer recipes, so I grab this, trust it, know that it's going to turn out alright as long as I don't fuck anything up. And also get to add some raspberry. Now they wanted to add raspberry as a puree. I kind of like the add frozen fruit in secondary, so that's what I'm going to do. So, before we go any further, recipe. Now this is a slight tweak to the Homebrew Fanatics one, because like, no reason, I just tweaked it a little bit. So we've got 5.2 kilos Marisota, 450 grams of Crystal 20, 300 grams of Cara Aroma, 250 grams of American chocolate, there you go, 150 grams of black malt. We're going to put 100 grams of lactose in the boil. This is the first time I've actually used lactose as well, so I'm kind of like interested to see what that's going to be like. It's just, it's just a non-fermentable sugar, but still. We're going to put 100 grams of cocoa powder in the boil. That's also less than what Homebrew Fanatics have suggested, but whatever. And I'm going to secondary on 1 kilo of frozen raspberries. They recommended a bit more on the puree for secondary, but whatever, we'll see how it goes. So my glasses keep falling down. I think they're a bit big for my massive head, which is a huge surprise. Hops, we've got some Fuggles. Now there was some Challenger in the Homebrew Fanatics recipe. I'll put both up so you can see the difference. Like, it's fuck all difference, but there's still a difference. I've got 30 grams of Fuggles at 60 minutes and 50 grams of Fuggles at 5. We're going to put the cocoa powder in at 5 minutes left of the boil, and we're also going to put the lactose in at 5 minutes left of the boil, just to dissolve it and do all that. And we're going to ferment this. We're going to ferment this with some Mangrove Jack's New World Strong Ale yeast, because we're looking at a 6.9% ABV beer, which is, not small. Yeah, done. Let's have a look at, hot liquor tank, mash in, all of that. We'll go to that now. Alright, grains are in, we're mashing. We're going to mash, we're starting at about 62, and we're going to step our way up to about 67 degrees across 90 minutes. The reason, because I feel like it and I have the time, it's like it's July, end of July-ish. We've got like lockdown here in Adelaide for like 7 days, but it's the only time I've actually had free in like 6 months. So like it's not a good thing, but yeah, I'm brewing, I guess. So yeah, we're gonna do a 90-minute mash, 62 to 67, holding at 67 for about half an hour as well. We've got 25 litres in the mash tun as our like base. We're heating up, I'm heating up tons more because I'm going to do some other stuff. But strike water for this. Then we're going to sparge. We're going to batch sparge, and we're going to batch sparge with about 15 litres. I'm going for like a volume of like 35 in the kettle. After boil, that'll be like 28, 29 in the fermenter. So you just do whatever's like for you, like whatever you want to kind of litres you want to get, or alcohol, whatever. But yeah, 90-minute mash. We'll do roughly 15-minute sparge. I don't know how many litres we're going to get. So because we'll see how much we get into the FE after the mash, and then we'll work out the sparge. Yeah, we'll go from there. Okay, mash is done. We did a 90-minute mash. I haven't done a reading yet. I'm going to do a pre-boil gravity once our sparge is done. So we got 20 litres into the kettle after the 90 minutes. So we actually, yeah, we got a little bit less. Is that fucking weirdly low? Yeah, I'm just too close. I'm trying to be close because I got like the shitty camera, and like the voice and that normally doesn't come through super well. So yeah, 90-minute mash. It's looking lovely and dark. Like I cannot wait to have a little sample of this. So I'm thinking maybe also, I don't know if I'm going to put the whole lot on strawberries. Like I'm really thinking about splitting the batch up. So we got like half just a chocolate porter and half a choc raspberry. I think I'll do that because I'd hate to yeah, I'd hate to like dump raspberries on this. Like it could be better, but it could be, you know, it could be worse. So I'll halve and halve it. So we're gonna have 11-12 litres of chocolate porter and 11-12 litres of choc raspberry. So anyway, mash done, mash good. Had a couple of problems with the pump, like it's old, and like I've cleaned all the lines and that, but the rubbers, the grommets in the clamps have just blocked up a little bit. So I had a little bit of trouble transferring the kettle, but we're all good. Everything's good. Put 15 litres of sparge water in because we're only sparging for like 15 minutes. We shouldn't lose heaps of liquid, you know, through the grain, because we've already lost tons really. So I'm going to do a 15-minute, 15-litre sparge, batch sparge. Then we'll see what we got in the kettle, and then boil. Sparge is done. That's loud. Got the kettle on, flaming. We're bringing the wort up to boil. So after sparge, we've got 32.5 litres in the kettle, ready to go. I got my ingredients for the boil. So we've got some hops, some lactose, and some cacao. Right now, I'm calling an audible. So I said earlier we're putting 100 grams in. It's because I read the packet wrong. There's a whole bunch of shit on the side about 100 grams. Alright, can you see that? Yes, you can. But there's actually 250 grams in the packet. So we're going to just dump the whole lot in because we're moving house, actually. Like, we're getting out of here, and it's another thing that'll get thrown away if I don't put it in the beer. So we're going to have an extra cacao-y, cocoa-y beer. So amended recipe will be up earlier or now. Ding, 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 ding. Anyway, going to go for a 60-minute boil. That's it for now. So I've taken my pre-boil measurement, like it's just in the fridge at the moment, cooling down. So I'll put that. I'm going to go that way, I think, one of these ways. That way, our pre-boil gravity is Atlanta Falcons, which is on target, not on target. We'll figure it out. We're aiming for 10:57 pre-boil, so we'll see how close it was to whatever that is down there. Yeah, we're going to do the additions again. We've got a 60-minute addition of Fuggles, just 30 grams, and then everything else is going in at 5 minutes. So we'll ferment is prepped. We're ready. Let's do it. Okay. Boiling. What is boiling? We've done our first edition of Fuggles. We've got second edition of Fuggles, lactose, cocoa, all ready to go. All ready. So we're just sitting watching it boil now. The OG, or the gravity pre-boil was 1050 or 1052 roughly. I think I said it was supposed to be 1057, but it's not, because on my on the spreadsheet I used, lactose was in the fermentable section of the mash, so it would the spreadsheet would account for that being in the mash already. So 1052 is our pre-boil gravity. I don't know what it's actually supposed to be, but lactose will go in with 5 minutes left in the boil. So will our cacao, and so will our final addition of Fuggles. Done. Brew day. Done. Done. Finished. Into the FE. So we had about 28 litres into the fermenter. I just have the sample you would have seen me take. That is cooling down right now. It's about 60 something degrees when I took it. It's in the freezer. It's still sitting about 60 degrees in the fermenter right now. So yeah, 28-ish litres of delicious chocolate porter, recipe courtesy of Homebrew Fanatics. There'll be links and stuff down there. Check them out. Give them a follow. Dude's a rad guy. We've got some plans with him. Hopefully in the future, it's one of those things. We've got plans, but nothing ever happens. We try though. We do try. So in the end, we ended up with 80 grams total of Fuggles, roughly. One edition at 55 minutes instead of 60, just because problems. Another edition at 5. There was a 30 gram edition at 55, 50 gram edition at 5. We threw on 250 grams cocoa powder at 5, and roughly 100 grams of lactose at 5. Because, I'll edit this, the OG is that, which is spot on, not spot on, edit that the way you need. Shooting for an OG of 1072. So whatever that was, how close, whatever. Looking to make a 6.9% beer. Look, it's smelling amazing going into that FE. Colour is just lovely, chocolatey dark brown. I am going to split the batch. I'm not going to put all of that on raspberries because it smells way too good to fruit the whole lot of that. And I like a nice porter anyway, so I'll save. I'll do half and half just so we don't. And I'll still use the kilo of raspberries, which is that way. I also fruit it to the ratio that Homebrew Fanatics would want. I'm going to do this in 3 parts. So this was part 1. Part 2, I'm going to show you how I fruit beer. Not how to do it, not the way that you're supposed to do it. I don't know which way. This is how I have found works really well for me. I get the flavours, aromas, no off flavours this way. So next video will be how to fruit your beer. It will be for this video. That's going to be part 2. Part 3, I'm going to do a tasting in a few weeks. Probably longer, like we could probably do it in about 20 days. But that won't have enough time for the raspberry to go. So I want to side by side them a few weeks from now. Thank you very much for having a watch and all of that, and you know, whatever. I know these videos are few and far between. We've got tons of shit going on. This is also going to be the second to last brew in this house with this kit. So I've got hopefully another brew day tomorrow. The final beer and brew at this house. We're knocking down, moving out, moving on. Brand new brew kit coming, brand new fermenters, brand new everything. But in a bit. So it's been a hectic kind of 6 to 9 months lately. Links, follow, subscribe, all of that good stuff if you want, if you like this stuff. Otherwise, stay tuned. Part 2, fruiting's coming up. Part 3, tasting soon. Keep brewing good beer. Enjoy yourself. See you soon.